In moments of fear, loss, and confusion, every heart searches for relief. The Quran offers words that do more than comfort, they transform. Among them is a dhikr, so powerful that it was called from layers of darkness and answered by Allah Himself. It is a remembrance that carries faith, humility, and hope in a single breath. This is not just a phrase to recite, but a lifeline for the soul, taught through the experience of Prophet Yunus Alaihi Salam and echoed in the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The Dhikr La ilaha illa anta, Subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin, is a short statement with deep meaning. La ilaha illa anta affirms that none deserves worship except Allah alone, clearing the heart from reliance on anything else. It is a declaration of complete dependence and sincerity. Subhanaka means you are far above all imperfection, recognizing Allah's absolute perfection and wisdom beyond human understanding. Inni kuntu minaz zalimin means, indeed, I was among the wrongdoers, a humble admission of personal fault without blame or excuse. Together, these words combine belief, glorification, and accountability in one powerful remembrance. The servant acknowledges Allah's oneness and perfection while recognizing human weakness and error. This balance nurtures humility, honesty, and inner awareness. Reciting this dhikr with understanding trains the heart to submit, reflect, and speak truthfully before Allah, making it a profound act of spiritual clarity and self-purification. This dhikr appears in the Quran during the account of Prophet Yunus Alaihi Salam when he left his people before receiving divine permission. He found himself surrounded by layers of darkness, the night, the sea, and the belly of the great fish. In that moment of complete isolation, no human help or means remained. The Quran describes how he called out with this supplication, and Allah responded to him. This context shows that the dhikr was not spoken in comfort, but in a situation where hope seemed impossible. Allah accepted his call and delivered him, demonstrating that sincere remembrance reaches Allah regardless of circumstance or location. The story emphasizes that divine mercy is not limited by distance, depth, or difficulty. Through this Quranic account, believers learn that turning back to Allah with honesty, even after mistakes, invites immediate care and rescue from the unseen. This dhikr uniquely gathers three essential dimensions of worship within a single supplication. It begins with an affirmation of pure tawheed, placing Allah alone at the center of devotion and authority. This establishes spiritual alignment and removes all false attachments from the heart. It then moves into glorification, declaring Allah free from any imperfection, injustice, or error. This reinforces trust in divine wisdom, especially when events appear confusing or painful. The final part shifts inward, as the servant takes responsibility by acknowledging wrongdoing without justification. There is no complaint, no defense, only honesty before Allah. This structure teaches believers how to approach Allah with balance, strong faith, deep respect, and personal accountability. When combined, these elements form a complete spiritual posture that softens the heart and refines character. Reciting this dhikr nurtures sincerity and self-awareness, allowing worship to become more conscious, grounded, and transformative in daily life. Hardship often strips a person of control, revealing how limited human strength truly is. In such moments, dhikr becomes more than words. It becomes a lifeline. This particular remembrance teaches that relief does not come from circumstances changing first, but from turning inward toward Allah with sincerity. When distress intensifies, the heart is more receptive, and the tongue speaks with greater truthfulness. Dhikr offered during hardship carries a different weight because it rises from need, not habit. It steadies the heart when fear overwhelms thought and restores focus when the mind is scattered. Through remembrance, despair is replaced with patience, and panic gives way to quiet trust. Allah responds to those who remember Him while broken, not because of eloquence, but because of honesty. This practice trains believers to seek nearness to Allah during trials rather than waiting for ease, transforming hardship into a moment of spiritual awakening. Humility is the state in which the heart recognizes its true position before Allah. When a person abandons pride and self-importance, the soul becomes open and receptive. Humility is not weakness, it is clarity. It allows a believer to stand honestly before Allah without demanding, questioning, or resisting divine wisdom. This inward lowering of the self removes barriers that often block spiritual growth and acceptance. Allah's mercy flows most freely toward hearts that are softened by humility. The Quran repeatedly links divine compassion with those who submit sincerely, not those who insist on their own righteousness. When a servant approaches Allah with a broken but trusting heart, mercy becomes a response, not a request. Humility invites forgiveness, gentleness, and care because it reflects truthfulness. Through humility, the believer learns to rely fully on Allah rather than personal effort. This reliance nurtures a deep sense of peace, knowing that mercy is not earned through perfection, but received through sincere surrender. Regular remembrance shapes the inner state of a believer in quiet but lasting ways. As the heart becomes accustomed to turning toward Allah, anxiety loses its grip and thoughts become more settled. Dhikr creates a spiritual rhythm that slows emotional turbulence and brings balance during daily pressures. With consistency, the heart learns where to return when overwhelmed. Faith also deepens through remembrance because it moves belief from theory into lived experience. Repeatedly connecting with Allah strengthens trust and awareness of His presence. This closeness nurtures spiritual resilience, allowing believers to face challenges without feeling abandoned or lost. Over time, remembrance polishes the heart, increasing sensitivity to right and wrong and encouraging mindful actions. The believer begins to feel supported rather than alone, guided rather than confused. Through dhikr, the relationship with Allah becomes personal and alive, rooted in awareness and comfort. This nearness transforms everyday life, turning ordinary moments into opportunities for peace, reflection, and spiritual growth. These words remind us that no matter how deep the darkness, Allah's mercy is closer than we think. Make this dhikr a companion in your daily life and watch how it softens your heart and strengthens your faith. If this reminder touched you, share it with someone you love, like the video, and subscribe to Interior Deen for reflections. May Allah grant you peace, forgiveness, and guidance. Please comment, Ya Allah, ease our hearts and keep us close to you.